Friends, I am Durgesh Sahni and we are creating a series of video tutorial for object-oriented programming concepts in PHP. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about static variables and static functions. So here we have seen in the previous tutorial we have seen about polymorphisms. Let's discuss about static function and static variables. So I am going to create a class with name test and we'll create a public static $static variable is equal to 1. This is how we are creating a static variable. With the help of static keyword we can create a static variable, and when we are creating a variable we should initialize it with by values. So the basic difference between static variable and normal variable is that whenever you are creating objects, so particularly a block of memory will get allocated for that variables, but in the case of static it is a shared memory. Shared memory means what? Doesn't matter how many number of variables your object you are getting going to create of the class, but only once the memory will get allocated for the static variables. Then static function we have with the help of public static function, function name maybe get value. So this is how we are creating a static function, and static function is mostly used to access the static variables and all. So one more thing here I want to mention is like static function or variable, there is no need to create an object to access these variables. Directly with the name of class and scope resolution operator you can directly access the variable and functions. So we'll see, I will show you an example. So here I am printing like value of static variable is $C. Here as previous or earlier videos we have seen, like we can use a this statement to access the variables, but it will not if you are using this thing for accessing the static variable it will show an error. So let's see, s var. If I'm writing like this and if I'm trying to access this variable, this file, and whenever we'll create an object of this class and we'll try to access, so as I told you, like with the help of class name test and scope resolution operator and function name. So function name is get value. So if I'm writing like this, with the help of this we can access this function get values, and when we'll refresh we'll get the error. Why we are getting this error? Because we cannot this is whatever value we are trying to access, it's belong to this class, not any object. So we should use class instead of $this. So let's see how we can access like this and dollar test class name and scope resolution operator. Okay, class name and scope resolution operator and then variable name. Now if I will do the same thing, I will not get the error. Okay, I am getting. Okay, so we are getting value of static variable like this. Otherwise if you don't want to use test, there is one another way. You can use self represent the same thing. So if you are using self, then also you will be able to get the values. So this is how static variable and static function you can use. but I will show you the difference between static variable and static function. Okay, so here what I'm going to do, public and I will create one variable, normal variable, dollar anwhere. Anwhere means normal variable. So the same thing I will do here, copy and paste, but here what we have to do, dollar this and normal variable, okay, and we'll use br here as well. Okay, so what we will do, we will use constructor underscore and okay, we'll use constructor here, public function construct, and we'll pass one value from there, or simply just assign dollar and where is equal to 0. Okay, so whenever you will create an object, the value of normal variable is 0. And what I'm going to do here, oh, there may be one case we'll get an error here because we are trying to access this value, this variable value inside the get value. Okay, we'll see are we getting error. If we are getting error, so yeah, we are getting error. Actually we cannot call a normal variable inside a static function. So what I will do, I will create one more function, public function get and value means normal value. I'll paste it here. Okay, get as value, get as value and get. So here I will do like this, and whenever you want to call this function, you have to create an object. So I will create an object here. First I will create object, dollar obj is equal to new test and semicolon, and dollar obj get normal value. So what will happen, whenever we are creating an object of this class, it will initialize, n value will initialize by 0 and s value will is already we have declared by 1. Now whenever we will print this function, so it will show you normal values, normal variable values. Why we are not getting that? We have created a test and it is 0 and where dollar this get and where obj. What we are missing, public function construct is equal to, okay, sorry, we have to use like this. Okay, so here we are getting this value, but suppose what I'm going to do, we'll do it increment by 1 plus plus, and here also the same thing we'll do in this function plus plus. Okay, and again we'll call the same function we'll call again. So you will see 1 and 2. So actually this is the same thing, but what I want to show you is we'll create another object. Okay, now the value is become let's make it 1 as well, both 1. So you will see here 1 1 and 2 2. Okay, but suppose if I'm creating another object, the same thing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another object by 1. Okay, and whenever I will call see, these two things we have called. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to call the same function, this one, by object 1. Okay, and I will call this function here again. See the difference here. What we will do, we could br, or we can do little bit formatting. See, oh, semicolon, I guess I forgot. See, if you see here, so here normally value is 1 1, both are same. We have incremented by 1, both are same. But whenever I have created a new object, so again its value is starting from 1, but its value is remain, it is preserving the previous value. So this is the difference between normal variable and static variable. Static variable preserve its last value, whereas normal variable will get initialized every time whenever we are creating a object. Whenever you are creating an object of the same class, so as I mentioned in the very first video, like whenever user create a two different object for the same class, so whatever the variables you have, it will create a memory block, different memory block for the same. Okay, but static variable is a common between both the objects. That's why you will getting the preserve value of static variable, and normal variable will get initialized every time. So this is the very basic difference between normal variable and static variable. The static function, if you are talking about static function, with static function we can call the static variable. Inside that static function we can access the static variables. And another thing I want to mention here is, like, with the help of self or class name, you can access the normal variable, static variable, as well as if you want to call a static function, then you have to use class name and scope resolution operator, the same thing which we have done here. So we have covered the static variable and static function here. So I hope you understand the concept of static variable and static function and may be able to apply in your applications. So thank you very much for watching my videos. If you like my videos, please subscribe my channel.